Residents invited to comment on proposed Sunderland water solutions. Dan Kearns, The Standard, Brock. The region of Durham is inviting residents to comment on a proposed solution for water supply, water storage capacity, and pumping facilities in Sunderland. The region recently announced they have completed an environmental assessment for the project. The additional capacity is required to provide a long-term, secure, and sustainable water supply to service the increasing population in the community, a Region of Durham press release stressed. The website states the current preferred solution for water supply is to develop new groundwater wells in Sunderland to supplement and replace the existing wells and decommission the existing wells. The preferred alternative for water storage includes the construction of a new water storage facility and decommissioning the existing standpipe. The preferred storage facility was identified to be an elevated tank. The new elevated tank site is located adjacent to the existing standpipe location at the township of Brock Parkland, the website adds. Those who wish to provide their comments and opinions are asked to go online to durham.ca/Sunderland Water System. Residents have until March 28th to provide their comments. Join local volunteers on March 19th. Courtney McClure, The Standard, Scugog. Step up and step out of your comfort zone and join many local businesses and organizations for the Volunteer Fair. It is a collaborative project spearheaded by Kristen Mayer-Creamer, the founder of Step Up, Step Out North Durham. The event is a collaborative effort by over a dozen Scugog service organizations and groups to encourage and inspire our community to share their skills and passions through volunteerism, explained Ms. Mayer-Creamer. The fair will be held in the Rotary Room at the Scugog Memorial Public Library in Port Perry, starting at 2 p.m. and running until 4 p.m. The last few years have been difficult for many organizations throughout the North Durham community. Many organizations have seen a drastic drop in volunteers, and so, an event like this is much needed, and with International Volunteer Week on the horizon in April, the timing couldn't be better, said Kristen. One of the major goals in holding this fair is not only to shine a light on the need for new volunteers, but also to promote the many opportunities and events our organizations have to offer the community. From art festivals to parades and fundraising, there are so many exciting opportunities in Scugog to enjoy events and get involved, she stated. Attending the volunteer fair is the best way to see many of the organizations which exist throughout North Durham. Future volunteers can see all of their options at one central location. We are hoping to reach far and wide across Scugog with our message, said Ms. Mayer-Creamer. Step Up, Step Out North Durham was launched in February 2023 as an online hub for event listings and volunteer opportunities throughout North Durham region. Step Up, Step Out is free for all users. Ms. Mayer-Creamer said it is a great place for organizations to promote their events and other opportunities. For more information about Step Up, Step Out, check out their website at stepupstepout.ca or email info@stepupstepout.ca.
DRPS to name Peter Moreira as the next police chief. Dan Kearns, The Standard, Durham. After a selection process which took over 2.5 years to complete, the Durham Regional Police Service, DRPS, has found its next chief of police. In a press release sent out on Thursday, March 2nd, the Durham Regional Police Services Board announced Peter Moreira, a current Toronto Police Service Staff Superintendent, has been chosen to lead the Durham Regional Police Service. I am honored to have been chosen by the board to serve as the next chief of the Durham Regional Police Service, read a statement from Mr. Moreira. I have lived in this region for my entire life, and it is a dream come true to be able to offer my experiences and skills as its chief of police. I appreciate the importance of this role I am privileged to assume, and I embrace the challenge with humility and eagerness. I am especially committed to working with all members of the DRPS to make sure they feel proud to come to work, knowing they are providing policing services to our community, which are the best in the province and the country. The search began for a new police chief in 2020, following the resignation of previous chief Paul Martin. At the time, in a statement, Chief Martin noted, "There has not been a more difficult time to be a police officer in the community than 2020, and added, "Every Canadian has a role to play in this journey to evolve communities and community safety in Canada. I am cognizant of the strides which we have made over the years. We have seen the style of policing shift from one based on remediation to one based on prevention, from a focus on community protection to community building. There was a time in policing where officers and leaders all looked like me, and though change has been slow in this regard, it has been made," he also added in the statement. Once Chief Paul Martin stepped down from the position, Todd Rowler was then appointed as interim chief while the service searched for their permanent leader. Chief Rowler is expected to retire later this month. The press release states, "The Services Board feels Chief Rowler served in the role of Chief of Police for the last 2.5 years with outstanding capability and integrity, and praises how he provided stability and strength during a challenging period for the DRPS and the policing profession. Chief Designate Moreira will officially take the job in a change of command ceremony at the Deer Creek Banquet Facility in Ajax on March 24th. Chief Designate Moreira is an exemplary police leader, and his experience and skill set reflect precisely the competencies the board prioritized in its next Chief of Police," Police Services Board Chair Sean Collier stated in a press release.
Scugog's 2023 operating budget presented to councillors. Dan Kearns, The Standard. Scugog. Scugog councillors got their first look at the 2023 municipal draft operating budget at a meeting on Monday, March 6th. The budget comes in slightly below Council's target tax rate of 2.5%. The estimated increase in the budget is 2.43%. This represents an increase of approximately $10.29 per month on the average residential property for Scugog. A report from Treasurer Laura Barta read, "When combined with the Region of Durham and Durham District School Board, this will mean a 5% increase on the combined tax bill. This would equate to a $21.31 per month charge." In a presentation to councillors, the Treasurer explained how the budget is like a garden. "Our community is like a garden. It contains the basic elements necessary to grow, including the soil, the seeds, and the desire to care, nurture, and maintain it for the long term." Sarah Durward, Scugog's Manager of Finance, talked about how outside sources have impacted the budget. "The township is dealing with some significant pressures which are outside of our control. These pressures have negatively impacted the budget and increased the amount needed to maintain operations. Some of the expected increased costs include $153,200 for fuel costs, $127,200 in excess soil costs due to new testing legislation, and $277,500 in contractual salary or wage rate increases." Mentioning winter road maintenance and library services as examples of services Scugog provides residents, Ms. Barta stressed this year's increase is worth it to get the best bang for your buck. "We are focused on continuing to modernize our operations, continuing to plan for the long term, providing community safety measures when possible, and keeping residents informed and involved," the Treasurer added.
Kawartha Lakes approves their remaining 2023 budgets. Dan Kearns, The Standard. Kawartha Lakes. City of Kawartha Lakes Council approved the remaining budgets at a meeting on Tuesday, February 28th. The approved budgets include the operating budget, water and wastewater budget, and the special projects budget. These three budgets combine with the recently approved capital budget to form the overall 2023 municipal budget. This year, residents will see a 3% tax levy increase and a 1.5% infrastructure levy, totaling a 4.5% increase overall. This represents an estimated $32 tax increase per $100,000 of assessed value on residential properties, a Kawartha Lakes press release explained. One of the items councillors discussed during budget talks was a contribution to support the Ross Memorial Hospital's capital project needs. The local hospital had previously made a request to councillors for $4 million in funding. Ward 5 councillor Eric Smeaton motioned to allocate $1 million from the 2022 budget surplus towards the Ross Memorial Hospital. This allocation shows our unwavering support for a facility which is absolutely outstanding, Councillor Smeaton stated. Ward 8 councillor Tracy Richardson spoke in favour of the motion. It's allowing the Ross Memorial Hospital to do more, quicker, for our residents when it's called upon. I just think representing our residents and providing more to our hospital is a benefit to everyone. Ward 2 Councillor Pat Warren explained, "This is going towards an MRI machine and other things not covered by the province." Following a recorded vote, the motion was approved unanimously. "It's very nice it's unanimous. I'm pleased about that, and I'm sure the Ross Memorial Hospital will be pleased as well," Mayor Doug Elmsley said. Kawartha Lakes Council also agreed to create a couple of new funding avenues to support the community. Council committed to establishing a grant fund to support local arts and cultural organizations for their operating requirements. In addition to that fund, a one-time $200,000 fund will be established to support community groups and will be modeled after successful pandemic recovery funding programs implemented in the past years. The options and recommendations for both funding programs will be provided later this year, read the Kawartha Lakes press release.
Welcome to You've Got to Be Kidding, a podcast that offers a different perspective of life around us. Listen now to author Jonathan van Bilsen.
Winter is certainly not my favorite season. I must admit I love waking up to a fresh blanket of snow outside as it makes everything look clean and new. Let's cut to the chase here. I've had enough snow this year. I wouldn't mind if it was just for a week or two, but this year it seems like it's been snowing non-stop. First, let's talk about shoveling snow, which is definitely a workout. Even with a snowblower, I feel I've been doing squats and lunges all day long. Just when you think you've finished shoveling the driveway, you're faced with another layer of snow, or worse, a visit from the snowplow. Then there's the issue of driving in the snow. You'd think that after living in Canada, people would be more cautious and better at driving in it. Every snowstorm brings out the worst in drivers. People forget how to brake slowly and turn without sliding all over the place. It is as if we're all trying to win a race, and the snow is our obstacle course. Now, I know some people enjoy winter sports like skiing or snowboarding, but that's just not for me. I've tried cross-country skiing before, and let's just say it didn't go well. I spent more time falling down than actually skiing. Add to that the soreness the next day. Temperature is another issue entirely. I do not enjoy feeling as if I'm living in the middle of the Arctic Circle. I'm always bundled up and still feel like I'm about to turn into a human icicle. Are polar vortexes a recent discovery? While winter can be pretty in small doses, I think it's safe to say that I've had enough of this snow. My only solace is knowing that spring is right around the corner, and soon I'll be able to say goodbye to my shovel and hello to flip-flops. Until then, I'll continue to bundle up in my warmest clothes and dream about a snow-free future. Who knows, maybe next year I'll feel different. Maybe I'll once again be singing Let It Snow. But for now, however, I'm Jonathan van Bilsen, and this is You've Got to Be Kidding.
You've Got to Be Kidding was presented by X4 Media with permission from the Standard Media Group. We endeavor to make all information contained in this program as accurate as possible at production time. X4 Media and the Standard Media Group are not responsible for any liabilities resulting from information contained in this program. For more information, please visit x4media.ca.
The Standard Podcast was produced by Greenstream Studio for the Standard newspaper.